Day 19, Belgium against Japan. The Belgians were looking to qualify for the quarterfinals for only the third time in their history, having qualified at this stage in 1986 against Spain and then 2014 against Argentina. Coach Roberto Martinez restored his favoured team, the exception being Vincent Kompany, replacing the young Boyata, who had deputised in the 3 earlier games. For Belgium, star striker Romelu Lukaku, with 23 goals in 20 games, was past fit. For Belgium, it would be their longest unbeaten run throughout their history of 22 goals. For Japan, there had been controversy on how they qualified, something Nishino found rather regrettable, but many would see it as game management. The coach reverted to his first choice with 6 changes made against Poland, all them returning. For Japan, they were looking to reach the quarterfinals for the first time in their history, having previously failed at the 2002 tournament against Turkey and then Paraguay in 2010. A 2-2 draw with Belgium would be pivotal in Japanese history. It would be the first point the Japanese had ever gained at the World Cup in the 2002 2-2 draw with the Belgians in Saitama. They had met recently in Bruges with Lukaku's goal separating the teams. It would be one of the most memorable games seen at this World Cup, a contest that would forever live in the memory and was totally unforgettable. A mild opening to the contest as Japan, playing 4-4-2 and showing fine technical ability, were far from overawed, showing a fine confidence, moving and passing the ball very well, as not much was seen of the Belgians. Kagawa, within 1 minute, looking having a strike on goal. 15 minutes had passed, and Japan were pressing well and were well in the game. Nothing seen of the Belgian starlets, though there was a threat from Lukaku evident. 20 minutes had passed now, and Belgium were starting to exert themselves. Finally, just the final pass was lacking. Japan were finally under pressure. Lukaku was a touch away from a connection. Hazard's drive, and before Vincent Kompany at the far post came in, but he perhaps should have done better. The Asians settled from the unsettling 10-minute period, with Inouye's header comfortably saved by Courtius. Belgium then re-established their control, but a potential catastrophic error from Courtius almost gifted Japan an unlikely lead, as the ball almost squirmed from under his grasp and over the line. Probably would have been given for offside. So Japan, energetic in defence and within their attacks, were forcing the opposition back, and they went in at half-time on level terms. Belgium were not firing as expected, and then for the start of the second half, a slip in the Belgian defence. Vertonghen would allow Haraguchi to break clear before precisely finding the right-hand corner of Courtius' let, a low drive, giving the keeper no chance at all. Belgium had been shocked by the Japanese. There was almost an immediate response from the Belgians. Eden Hazard seen his strike hit first time coming off the left-hand Japanese post, but then unbelievably Inouye struck his second goal of the finals as Belgium were left shell-shocked. A powerful, clean, precise effort curled into the corner, giving Courtius no chance at all, and Belgium were in total disarray. 35 minutes to save it, and then Carrasco, he shot wildly over as there was space for Japan now. As Japan began to chase it, there was no change tactically for the Belgians. Lukaku then, with the ultimate chance to bring his nation back on level terms, glanced his header wide of the goal. It was an unbelievable miss from a tall striker, from the big striker. Martinez responded with Fellaini and Chadley brought on to save it for the Belgians. There was the drive and the urgency hadn't been seen until now. But then Belgium, with an unbelievably fluke header from Vertonghen, were to find a looped way over Kawashima and into the corner, were to give some hope to Belgium, to the trailing side. Then Japan weren't hanging in there and looked to counter each time they could. But then the pivotal moment came when Eden Hazard found space on the left. He turned in, and his pinpointed left-footed cross was headed for a trademark goal by Marouane Fellaini to bring Belgium level. It was, the substitute had made a fantastic impact, just like he did in the 2014 encounter against Algeria when the Belgians were trailing by a single goal. It was, it was real desperate. Then it became real desperate for Belgium as Inouye almost restored the lead for Japan. It was end-to-end now, as Belgium exerting the greater pressure, as Honda came on for Japan now. Honda with almost in for an attempt on goal, but Kompany made the block to deny him. Then Kawashima with a fantastic double save was on cue to deny first Chadley and then Lukaku. Lots of theatrics in the save. He would then deny a ferocious drive from Vertonghen, as Encortius was then required to at the other end to rescue an own goal against Witsel. Then he was on cue to deny a low rasping drive from Honda's free kick. But there was another twist to this game, as Encortius immediately rolled the ball out. De Bruyne, he broke swiftly, and then with Japan lacking numbers at the back, the ball was played to Meunier, who played the ball across goal. Lukaku dummied the ball and coming in at the far post, so the substitute like Chadley, who with a low touch just took it into the net with virtually the last touch of the game, with virtually the last important touch of the game. Belgium had won it, and Japan were totally just kind of like collapsed. And the last team to come back from 2 goals down were Germany at the 1970 finals, after coming back to defeat England by 3-2. So Japan, solid, clinical on the counter, showed so much effort and put so much into the game. Spirit, energy had fallen at the final hurdle. Like Belgium, whose talent was undoubted, the only issue was their did they have the mental toughness to come back. They showed their character, and fantastic reaction with Martinez's decisions to affect the game. They used their height and physical advantage to bring themselves back into the game and ultimately take them into the quarterfinals. Japan will be long remembered, and they had won the hearts of millions as Belgium lived to fight another day. They would certainly need to improve greatly against the Brazilians if they wanted to really show the world the potential of this so-called golden age of Belgian football. Japan wouldn't be forgotten.